Okay. So I'd like to welcome everybody to our podcast. My name is Angeliki Nakos. I'm your host. And this is my passion, food and fashion. And that's what we're going to be bringing you with every episode. So today we have a very special guest. This is the Philly Food Fanatic. I would like to welcome Johnny D, Johnny Pip, however you want to call him. He is known as the Philly Food Fanatic. That's with an F. If you don't follow him on Instagram already, you can follow him. He's got a few viewers, a few followers. But we've been asked to do this. We've been asked to create this podcast, so people are really liking our page. So welcome, John.
Thanks for having me, Ange. I appreciate being here. As we know, you're Miss Fashion and you love the food. And yes, I am the Philly Food Fanatic. I happen to go all over the Philadelphia area, the suburbs, talk with restaurateurs, diners, show off the food. Really enjoy it.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Good. Of course. I mean, you're the other half. I'm, the Philly Food Fanatic only works with the two of us. It's he's the one half and I'm the other half. So.
That's true. I agree.
So I just want to start out with a basic question that everyone asks when we are out doing this. How did you start?
How did I start? All right, well, here's how I really started. I like to read reviews before I go to restaurants. I look at everything. I want to see what people have to say. So then I decided, let me start doing, let me give these restaurants a good review.
Yeah,
90% of the time, it's a good review.
I do remember watching Maniscalco, right? Sebastian Maniscalco, and he was doing this skit, and he was like, "Who has time for reviews? Who does this?" And
right, the salmon suck. Let's go. That's it.
This is it. This is who does the reviews. It's John, and I used to make fun of him. I really did. I'm gonna be quite honest. I used to tell him, "You got too much time on your hands. If you don't like a restaurant, don't go back." And he would say, "No, let me do my thing." So he used to. That's how he started out doing reviews, and then I believe it was the kids that started. I have 4 kids. John has 3. Between us, we have 7 kids, and they would actually make fun of us. You guys are too old for this, and this, that, and the other. And I think it was your oldest son had said to John, talk to me when you get to 10,000 followers, because what did you have at the time? I think it was like
500, 600.
It was something, yeah. It was just something, just ridiculous, but it was good. He was just doing it to do it.
Yeah, I got the 10,000. I showed them. They got quiet. They said, "Talk to me when you have 50,000." 50,000 followers. Wow. I got the 50,000. Then they all got quiet. Then they said, "Oh, Dad, we gotta promote you." I said, "Okay." So then it went to 100,000 followers, and then 150,000 followers, and now we're over 250,000 followers. We're happy. They're very active. They engage in a lot of content. They love to watch the content. So I can't thank them enough. And if you're out there watching this, all I can say is thank you.
Yeah, we do have a lot of active followers. That's the truth. They really do engage.
They do.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a little bit about some of the challenges that you do face when you're doing this, because I know it looks great. People think, oh, we just go out and we eat and we just, how much fun is it to go out there and eat and things like that.
Well, listen, it is fun. I'm going to say it. I enjoy it. I enjoy eating. I enjoy showing lobsters, steaks, all different types of food, every different type of cuisine, Chinese, Greek, Italian, Spanish. I'm a lover of all type of different foods. But it's very detailed. It takes a lot of time.
So, John, have you ever run into any problems, let's say, like with your camera?
Sure, I've had a few issues. Nothing's perfect. Once in a while we were into a restaurant that a diner doesn't like that we're so close to them with the light of the camera. I use a ring light. I have a makeup camera on top of my makeup light on top of my camera, and I always usually talk to the restaurant first. Let them know this is what we're doing. We're taking pictures of your food. I don't want to interrupt any of your diners. They're spending good money. They want to have a great experience. But it does happen, and it's very rare, but it does happen. And we engage with that customer and explain what we're doing. And after a while, they're like, "Oh wow, can we be in the video?" Sure, you can be in the video. And then the tension's gone, and they're smiling and happy.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, yeah, you're right about that. Most people are like, first they look at us like, what are you guys doing?
Right.
You know, like, why the big light, you know, and this, that, and the other. But then once you explain to them what
we were at a restaurant in Philly, and the woman's like, "I don't want to be anywhere near that light." And then I told her who we were, and all of a sudden she's like, "Can I be in the video?"
I know, that was great.
I follow you.
That was great. She was fantastic.
She pulled up her phone, showed the Instagram. "Oh my God, I can't believe you're here." So she went from daggers to, "Can I be in the video?" And I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Remember that?
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, so, all right. So I guess a lot of the other questions that people have been asking are, what is your favorite part about being the Philly Food Fanatic? Well, besides the food.
My favorite part, yeah, of course, besides the food. I really enjoy having the restaurant feel like they're appreciated. I'm there to show the owner, the chef, all the staff, people who don't get recognition they deserve. I mean, you go out to a restaurant, you have a good meal, you pay the meal and you leave. You never get a chance to talk to anyone in the restaurant. You don't know what the chef's doing. You don't know what the restaurateur's doing, how he's running around, how he's trying to make sure everything is copacetic, everyone's happy.
Yeah, it's hard work.
It really is, right?
Learned, yes,
I mean, I've been brought into the kitchen a few times. I can't believe what goes on.
I know.
I can't believe what goes on.
It's definitely hard work, and yeah. So we are going to have a lot of these chefs, a lot of these restaurant owners on the show, and they all have a story to tell. And some of these stories are really fantastic. I can't wait to have them on the show so that they can really tell you how they got started and how, even from pizza shops to cheesesteak places to bars, and then to fancy restaurants to not so fancy restaurants. We're going to have it all. We're going to have it all on the show. So I did want to talk about one of the challenges, another challenge that you do face, that I get to witness this. You do have a food allergy. Can you tell our listeners and our followers about your food allergy?
As a Brooklyn Italian, growing up in New York, you hear my accent, can't hide it. I know I'm the Philly Food Fanatic. Long story, that's for another day. But I've had problems with GERD, gastroendoscopy, reflux disease for many years. And I always didn't care about what I ate. I finally got to the right doctor, and they determined that I have a very heavy gluten allergy. Not celiac, but very heavy gluten allergy. And has that put a crimp into my food dining? Not so much, because in this day and age, the wait staff always asks us, any allergies? Anybody have any type of allergies? And you're quick to tell them, yes, this gentleman has he has a gluten allergy. And they're very happy to accommodate us. Very happy. A lot of restaurants have their own gluten menu. We went out last night. They brought out a gluten menu. I was very happy. The food's fantastic.
What do you do when they bring something out that's not gluten? Like, a lot of these chefs, when they know we're there, they do, they bring out a special dish that they want to treat us with, or they want to showcase. Yeah. So what do you do then?
It's tough.
You make me
you eat it. That's right.
He makes me eat it. Yes. So it's very difficult for me to stay on a diet by doing this.
I always tell them that, listen, there's two of us. Showcase whatever you want. She is not gluten free. She can eat whatever she wants. And
I'm the one who gets to eat everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So which do you like doing the best? We talked about a lot of the places that we've been to. Obviously, our followers follow us, so they know where we've been. Which do you like the most? Do you like doing bars and clubs, pizza shops, restaurants, cheesesteaks? What is your favorite?
I love it all. I can't really give you a specific. People ask me all the time, give me your top 5. I tell them, go to my page. I can't give you any top 5. I love all culinary food. It doesn't matter where they're from. Asian, Italian, Greek, Chinese, Indian, doesn't matter. It could be a dive bar. Let me tell you.
We've done omakases. They're pretty cool.
Yes, they're pretty cool. The Japanese omakases where it's chef's choice, and he just makes the sushi. pretty fantastic.
Yeah. I personally will say that I do like doing the restaurants because I am, like into
Well, who
design
doesn't
and
like
fashion. No, but it's not just that. I think for me, it's like the ambience too. Like just the whole atmosphere of a restaurant to me is, I love it. I love to dress up. I love the whole fashion part of it. And it's always, food and fashion has always intertwined for me. They just always have. And plus, I owned a pizza shop. My parents owned a pizza shop for so many years, so I know that whole industry and I know that whole business. I married into the linen business, so I was into that for 20 years. So 20 years of dealing with restaurants and the hospitality industry and pizza shops and all that. So I really, and we'll talk about that as we move on into a lot of these episodes. You'll learn a lot about me and why, I guess, in a sense, why I'm qualified to do this, so to speak. So let's talk about the whole New York thing. Where did you grow up?
Okay, I was born in Brooklyn. My father he was on the job. That's in New York City Police Department for many years.
Okay.
He moved us to Staten Island in the late 70s. I grew up in Staten Island. Then he retired, and he took my brother and I and my mom over the outer bridge crossings into Bucks County and never looked back. They live in Bucks County now for the past 30-something years, and they love it. I love it. I met you out of the area.
Let me ask you a question. How old were you when you came here?
16, 17.
Okay, so that explains why he left New York, but he didn't leave his accent behind. So a lot of people ask, why is his accent so heavy? I mean, he's the Philly Food Fanatic, for God's sake. Like, what the accent? Well, there you go. So, you came here when you were older. So I guess speaking, with that accent for so many years, I mean, some people love it. Hey, it is what it is. That's the way you speak.
I always try to make fun of myself, too. I explain, I'm the Philly Food Fanatic. Just ignore my accent. And people love that. They love to hear that. What are you talking about?
When my kids first met John, a lot of his words, like he would say tree instead of three, and he would say true instead of through. So it was just it's kind of been it's been really fun. And we also have a lot going on with this whole Greek and Italian thing. I will tell you. Anybody knows I'm Greek, and John is Italian. He's half Italian. Your mom is Jewish, right?
Well, one's a nationality, one's a religion, so.
Okay, well, see, this is what I'm talking about. But yeah, my sister-in-law is Italian, and I love her to death. I've known my sister-in-law since I was, 11, she came into the family. So the whole Greek-Italian thing has been, a little battle in our families.
It has.
So if you had a choice to choose between Greek and Italian food, and I want you to be honest, okay? If you had a choice to choose between Greek and Italian food,
so you put me right on the spot right now,
which one would I listen? This podcast, nothing is off the table. I am going to, my guests are going to have some really brutal questions to answer. I want you to answer it. I want you to be honest. What's your favorite food?
I have to go.
If you had to choose between the two,
I have to go with Italian.
Italian.
Yeah, I have to go with my mother's sauce and meatballs. Nothing beats that.
You don't think that the two are very similar? I mean, it's Mediterranean.
Extremely similar. But when you come to America and there's 57,000 Italian restaurants and there's a few Greek restaurants, which I love Greek food. I live with a Greek. I love Greek food. And she's not twisting my arm. I really enjoy it. Gyros, pasticcio, I love it. But, when you go, you can travel anywhere in the country and there's 25 pizzerias that are Italian in the town. There's 25 Italian restaurants. So I do love Italian food. I am Italian. My mother makes great spaghetti and meatballs, macaroni and meatballs, whatever sauce.
Yeah, but I mean, look, Italian people would. I mean, you guys eat pasta. That's it. It's pasta. I mean, come on. You can eat pasta 5 days a week.
Yes.
The Greeks, at least,
Listen,
at least we switch it up. We got the fish, we got the meat, we got the potatoes, we're a combination of it all.
I grew up. Sundays was macaroni. Thursdays was macaroni. Mondays was macaroni. Tuesdays was macaroni. Wednesdays, we might have had a chicken cutlet. Friday, we had pizza. That was my life growing up.
You guys had some good pizza because I know New York has some really good pizza, but we do have some really great pizza shops here in Philly.
Philly has great pizza.
So,
Philly has fantastic.
it's not New York, but we're our Philadelphia area. Yeah, we've really gotten. I mean, since 20,
Philly
30
is a
years.
culinary gem.
Exactly.
The city is unbelievable.
Exactly.
It's become a gastro city. People travel from all over the country. Listen, we meet a lot of people when we do, and they always tell us, "Oh, we traveled from Denver to come eat in Philadelphia food. We wanted a cheesesteak. We wanted
the
a
best
Philly pretzel."
The best cheesesteaks and the best pretzels. You can't get a pretzel or a cheesesteak anywhere else like Philly. I'm a Philly girl, so.
Listen, we just met a couple. We were in a restaurant in Philadelphia last week. They traveled from Luis Obispo, California. I don't even know how you say it, for a Philadelphia food tour.
Yes.
They're on their own tour.
Yes.
They went to 10 restaurants. Their vacation was the Philadelphia city and its food.
Yes.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I can, and I love it. I love it. It's absolutely wonderful. So we talked about this growing up in Brooklyn, and you're here now in Philly. So what are some of your hobbies? I mean, obviously food is your passion. What are some of your hobbies?
Well, you're sitting in the man cave. I watch a lot of television. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of food shows. In fact, you even turned me on to a Greek food show named...
Oh, Aki's. Yes. We watch Aki's.
I watch him now.
Aki's, yes.
And he speaks in English. He speaks in Greek. It depends on what you pick. And I actually watch his food now.
Yeah,
I really enjoy watching food shows. I'm a big movie guy.
He is a huge movie guy. I've never met anybody who could literally recite lines out of movies just out of nowhere. Like, I don't know where they just grew up in his little brain there. But I will say that you have a lot of, useless knowledge?
Yeah, I'm like,
if you want to call it.
You know, it's funny. I'm like the Cliff Clavin of Cheers when it comes to knowledge. I am full of useless knowledge.
I know. You would make a great guest on any trivia show or anything like that. We watch Jeopardy, and I mean, look, I'm not going to, I really hate Jeopardy. Only because I can't get anything right. I can't get one thing right on Jeopardy. I don't know why. Not one. Maybe they go too quick for me. Maybe it's too quick for my brain to process, but you get every single question right on Jeopardy. How is that possible? Yes, you do.
Listen, all I know is I put the channel on for Jeopardy at 7 o'clock, and the room clears. That's what I know.
We all leave. We're just like,
That's what I know. They want to watch Wheel of Fortune.
And you blurt out the answer before, I'm like, how do you know that?
I don't know. It's just useless knowledge.
Yeah. So what is your favorite movie?
That's too much. It's too convoluted to question that. You have to go by genres. I like them all.
Well,
Jaws, Godfather, Blues Brothers, the movie Snatch.
Well, Snatch is like on repeat all the time in this house. Like every Snatch,
with Brad Pitt.
I can't even understand Brad Pitt in that movie. Let me just tell you, I've had to watch that movie maybe 3 or 4 times to understand what he says because, but every word.
Yeah, I recite it with my friends, my family.
Yeah, every word of that movie. And there is a little secret about you that I'm going to reveal because I told you everything is off the table here in this podcast. You are an amazing poker player.
Okay.
An amazing poker player.
Okay.
So would you...
That's your opinion.
Well... Would you say that you have a gambling problem?
No. I only play poker. I don't gamble at all. I don't play dice. I don't blackjack. I don't play the slots. I'm not there to give the casino my money. I'm there to take your money at the poker table.
Well, so what do you like about poker?
Well, I could sit down for 2 hours and not play a hand, and no one gets my money. I mean, there are blinds in play, but...
So you just like to win?
I like to win. I'm there to win. I'm not there to...
He's a really good poker player.
Okay. Sometimes.
Just letting you guys know this. So movies and what about the TV shows?
Everything. The DVRs a mile long. I mean, recently listen, folks. She didn't know what Breaking Bad was. She didn't know what Better Call Saul was. She didn't watch The Sopranos. When I met her, she lived in a house and all she did was clean. She cleaned this. She had...
Very true.
Yeah. So she had all these beautiful big TVs in the house with surround systems.
Really
and everyone turned on. No one even put them on. They had dust on them.
Yeah, so during COVID, during the pandemic is really when I had had a chance to sit down and watch TV, as we all did, I'm sure. And we just, we binged so many shows.
Everything. I made
So
you watch everything.
what is your favorite show?
Right now,
Yeah.
I'm going to say Landman with Billy Bob Thornton. I'm really enjoying that.
Okay.
Um,
Yellowstone, I do like
Yellowstone is a home
and these
run.
are shows that I would never watch. I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm not, I was never really a big fan of country music until I met John, because John loves country music, and it's really making like a huge, I don't want to say comeback, because it never really went out, but it's really, I mean, you got people like Post Malone now, and you know, Carrie Underwood, and these people I consider more like pop artists, but they're country artists, and you know, I really get to enjoy.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jelly Roll. Yeah, I mean, I really like country music now. So at first, when he first showed me Yellowstone, and I think it was 1923 that show.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not watching this. There's no way. But you know, I got hooked, and then next thing you know, I'm out. Like, when are we going to Nashville? I want to buy some cowboy boots. I want to buy like the hat. I'm like, you know, I'm in it. What can I say? So you really have a big impact on movies and shows.
Okay.
I just want to let you know that. As you do food, obviously, but you can really talk about the shows and get into details. Who is your favorite producer?
My favorite producer? I'm going to probably say Quentin Tarantino.
I thought so.
And probably, no, Quentin Tarantino is probably.
I would say Guy Ritchie.
Guy
too.
Ritchie too?
You really like
Okay,
his
yeah, I
movies,
do love
yeah.
his movies. So it's a toss up. Listen, asking that question is tough. But if I have to choose two or three, or one or two, I'm going to go with Quentin Tarantino and Guy Ritchie.
So, so we got that part out. See, is this not fun?
I love being here. This is
Okay.
great.
All right. Awesome. So, lastly, I do want to talk about, I mean, this podcast is a food and fashion podcast. Those are my passions, and that's what I'm going to discuss. So we have met some great people here doing this Philly Food Fanatic gig. So I do want to ask you, who is your favorite designer?
My favorite designer. Well, as you can see, I love Robert Graham. Robert Graham is my favorite design company. The clothing is fantastic. It's very unique.
What do you love about him?
Well, the cuffs, the way they fit. You always know you always know when someone's in a Robert Graham shirt. I mean, we do this a lot, and I wear these shirts all the time. And people have now come up to me and say, "Oh, that's a Robert Graham shirt." Or you'll notice that it's a Robert Graham shirt. Their clothing line is fantastic, and I love it.
That's what you love. That's great.
right.
Yeah, they actually have women's clothes out too, which I didn't know. I thought they were specifically tailored to men.
Really?
Yeah, they're not. They actually have
Oh,
women's
yeah.
clothes,
Oh, yeah.
and they're actually pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what a company.
So, and I think they have a store in the King of Prussia Mall, right?
King of Prussia Mall and the Philadelphia Cream Outlets
That's right.
in this area.
That's right. That's right. So while I have you on the show,
Okay.
because you will be on the show a lot.
I will?
I will ask you to be on the show. You're gonna be like my Robin. You know, like Howard Stern and Robin. Robin, you're gonna be my Robin on this show as much as I can utilize you.
Thank you.
We both have full-time jobs, so this is our side. You know, this is our hobby. This is our side gig. So while I have you on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to talk about because we do gigs like maybe 2-3 times a week, or as much as we can, you know, get in, because like I said, we both have full-time jobs. So yesterday, let's talk about yesterday, because we really had a fun day yesterday.
It was great. Fantastic.
We went to Peddler's Village in, how do you say it?
Lahaska, Pennsylvania.
Lahaska,
which is
Pennsylvania.
in between Doylestown, PA, and New Hope, PA.
And we really had a great time. We spent the whole day there. First of all, if you have kids and if you like Christmas lights, this is the place to go right now. Their display is absolutely out of this world. I mean, if you follow John, please follow his next reel. Is that what it is? The reel story is he's going to have Peddler's Village on there, and you can see how beautiful it is.
You know, it's a makeup of 150 unique, individualized shops that are in a central area, which between food, kitchen appliances, clothing, they have everything you can imagine.
Yeah, it's a very
fun
safe
to walk
place.
around.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
It's safe.
A little bit of everything.
It's beautiful.
And the shops are really unique. They're really tailored. In other words, like, they make great gifts because it's going to be something that you buy that nobody else is going to have. I just want to briefly talk about a few of the places that we went to yesterday. We went to the Lucky Cupcake store. If you want to just bring that over. And she is the owner there, Joanne, is absolutely magnificent. She was actually in Cupcake Wars. This way. Cupcake Wars. She has a fabulous place. She did that for us. This is just a small little thing that she did for us. It was great. But she has a unique hot chocolate.
Yeah.
She's got the hot chocolate that I think it's like 3 that you can choose from. And it's just loaded with whipped cream and s'mores and whichever one you choose. It kind of reminds me of Serendipity in New York. If anybody has ever been to Serendipity in New York, they have that frozen hot chocolate. Well, you don't have to go all the way to New York. You can just go straight to Peddler's Village. She's got fabulous display of cupcakes and hot chocolate.
It's called the Lucky Cupcake.
The Lucky Cupcake.
That's right.
The Lucky Cupcake.
She's a great person.
She is.
A great time.
Great place. We also got to experience, which I can't believe, that there's a store that only sells popcorn. Really can't believe it. Like, it's something that you would find maybe in New York, but here we have it, here in PA. They sell nothing but popcorn. And some of the flavors that we tried yesterday were absolutely out of this world. I'm just going to show you. Garlic Parmesan. Now, this was your favorite.
Yeah.
This was your favorite.
This place was called Clusters, handcrafted popcorn.
I love the peppermint bark. That was absolutely awesome. They had the peanut butter blast. What was another one that was really cool? Let me just pull it out. Toasted coconut. And I know that's your favorite too. So if you're into popcorn, this is the place to go. They have every kind of popcorn. I think they even have like habanero.
It was packed.
It was packed. I mean, it's really good stuff. So that was fun to do. I also want to talk about another store that I was very, very surprised. I've met a lot of people in this, like I said, in the food industry, but this guy is the owner of this store. His name is Steve. He is so educated. He is so, he's got 5 stores. Now I know, there's a reason behind his success. He just knows what he's talking about. Yeah. We learned so much from him. We're going to have him on the show. I can't wait to have him on the show. The place is called Sticky Situations, and it's inside Peddler's Village. And he also, the one side is honey, so it's literally all honey. Any type of honey that you are looking for, you're gonna find
and the
here.
Variations of it.
Honey, even honey mustard. He has some really fabulous. I'm gonna pull some of them out for you.
Honey.
Absolutely organic. He really knows about food, and there's this huge.
And you get to taste everything while you're there.
Yes,
yeah,
yes. That's actually really important because I couldn't believe it. Yes, how he captures some of those tastes. And the other side of his store is the, I believe it's called the extra virgin flavor of Amalfi Coast. It's like all olive oils and pastas. And this was actually fabulous for you because of your gluten allergy.
Yes.
So, and when we have him on the show, he's going to actually sit down and explain why people that have gluten allergies say that when they're in Italy, they can eat pasta, or in Europe, but mostly Italy, like they have no problem eating their pasta. It doesn't have to be gluten-free. It's just their form of pasta.
Wasn't your mom from Greece? When she came here, she said there's no such thing as a gluten allergy?
Yes. We tried to explain my mom a lot of times when we're eating pizza and like regular pasta. She's like, why isn't John not eating? Why? What's wrong? And I'm like, Mom, he's got a gluten allergy. She's
what
like,
is that?
What do you mean? He doesn't eat pasta? I'm like, no, it's a gluten. She's like, what is that? So Europe doesn't really have, they do. Look, they do. But it's not like what we have here going on here. So there are some pastas that John can eat. And this guy, Steve, has the pasta.
He made my day. I couldn't believe it.
He is gonna. I don't want to get too much into it because we're gonna have him on the show and he's gonna explain it all the ins and outs and why that's possible for you to have that pasta. But I will say that he did teach me something yesterday, and it was this right here. If you have that biometric something. But here it is. That green stamp. I think that's what makes all the difference. But he carries this pasta, so if you're gluten-free, if you have gluten allergies, go get his pasta. It's definitely worth it. John has eaten it many times. It does not bother him. We also got this from Monterano's, right?
Correct. Yeah.
We went to a steakhouse and he gave us this pasta as well, so that's great.
Yes.
And some of the honey right here, I chose yesterday. We got to taste so many of them, but I picked out the garlic honey butter, which I'm gonna put in the chicken. We even had one that was anisette, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That honey,
Ouzo, as you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm Greek, so of course we do. Ouzo. But he also said that the Italians use it in the, with the patel, what do you call it?
Pizzelle.
Yeah.
They put it on the pizzelle. You can put it in coffee. It's unbelievable. What a store. What a store.
Great store. So, if you haven't been to Peddler's Village yet, get out there. We also ate at the Cock and Bull yesterday.
Oh, fantastic.
He was really, that chef
The chef
was really
came out.
great.
He was fantastic. The food was great. They had a gluten-free menu. I couldn't believe it.
And the drinks were fabulous.
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening here? Like, this is, because Peddler's Village is more of like a family place, you know, and a lot of people, but the drinks rocked.
Yeah.
I was like,
The
whoa.
food was great. The drinks were great.
The food was good.
The whole ambiance of the place, it's all decorated for Christmas. There's not a spot in Peddler's that's not decorated for Christmas.
I know. It's fabulous. You really got to get out there. We were sitting yesterday at the Cock and Bull, and anywhere you look, anywhere I turned my head, all I saw was just the whole, like, Christmas decorations, the lighting outside. It was just so, I felt like I was in a Hallmark movie. Oh, let's talk about the Hallmark. Okay, so we're going to have a special guest on this show, and she's the Senior Vice President of the Hallmark Channel, and we're going to have her on this show. That's one of my favorite shows, as you know. This is why the Man Cave was built, because there are some shows that I watch upstairs with my mom. I mean, obviously the Greek ones that John doesn't understand, and a lot of the Hallmark movies that John's like, you know what, I'll just go downstairs. So this is the Man Cave. This is why it was built, for you to watch some of your shows and for us to watch some of our shows. I love the Hallmark, and especially this time of year. The Hallmark Channel this time of year is just absolutely wonderful. They have some of the best. And they have a new movie coming out
about the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that. So that I think Jason Kelsey's mom is actually in that as well.
Maybe.
Yeah, she's in that.
Okay.
So Hallmark Channel. So we're gonna have a lot of things on the show here. I'm really excited about it. If you don't follow us already, please follow us. The Philly Food Fanatic with an F. Did I miss anything, John? Is there anything you want to share with us?
No, I think
these are your listeners. This is your chance. These are your followers. You
know,
got over 250,000 followers.
I always tell people, don't be shy, have fun, don't be nervous. Now I'm nervous. Can you believe that? I'm the one always saying, no, everything's great. You look great. You're beautiful. Now I'm nervous. So hopefully I get through this.
Well, because you don't get asked too many questions.
No,
so
I'm always behind the camera, and Angie is my muse. And you'll see her in all the pictures and all the videos, and I try to spotlight her. Angie's also a new best-selling author. She'll get into that in the future. Angie wrote a book about her life.
Yes, it's called The Queen of Linens, and I just became a bestseller, so I'm very excited. And I'd just like to thank everybody who has bought my book and supported me. I want to thank those who actually wrote reviews about the book. They really inspire me. They really...
Do you have a copy of the book there?
Yes, I do. I do have a copy of the book. It's called The Queen of Linens. And like I said, thank you. Thank you to all those who purchased the book and made me a bestseller.
See how she gets nervous when she talks about herself?
I do get a little bit nervous when I talk about myself.
This is Angie. Angie wrote a book about her life called The Queen of Linens.
Yes.
It's all about her experience in her life.
It's a memoir.
And it's about
a true story.
A woman's right to survive. And
it's a woman's empowerment
Yes,
book.
It's fantastic.
So yeah, if you get a chance to get that, it's actually on sale right now. The Kindle is 99 cents, only for a short limited time on Amazon.
It's like a Christmas special.
Yes, and yeah, that's 99 cents right now. And also, I want to talk about what I do have coming up. I'm in the works. I'm doing two different books I have writing. doing a Greek cookbook, and it's going to be real Greek. I know there's a lot of Mediterranean books, Greek cookbooks out there, but this is going to be really concentrating on the northern part of Greece, where I'm from. My family's from Epirus. So that is, my city is called Yanina, and we specialize in, some other dishes that are from that area. So, Greece is small, but we have different areas, and obviously the islands concentrate a lot on seafood.
Right? A lot of meat.
Yeah, we do have a lot of meat.
Right.
We have a lot of pita.
Stews,
we have a lot
meats.
of spanakopita, and the real.
Did you hear that, folks? Spanakopita.
Spanakopita and tiropita and bugatsa, and we have a lot of great dishes.
Those words are said throughout the house on a daily basis.
Yes, they are. So so that's I'm working on that now. On that cookbook, I'm trying to get it out as soon as I can. And then my third book I'm working on is a romantic novel. And
Did that involve any type of Greek?
Well, listen. Greeks. What do I tell you about the Greeks?
They invented the earth. I don't know if you're aware of this. After spending 10 minutes with the Greek people, they invented everything.
We did. I'm sorry.
Everything. After spending time with her and speaking to her, she'll make you believe you're Greek. Just telling you now.
Yeah. Listen, this is a true story. Growing up, I actually thought Jesus was Greek. I'm not going to kid you. I didn't find out until I was like, how old was I? Like 15, 16, that Jesus was not Greek. And I was like...
And why was that?
Well, because I went to Greek school. So everything was done in Greek. I thought Jesus was Greek. I don't know. Maybe they missed that part.
She now knows he was a Jewish carpenter, and that's how the world went. So.
But actually, I did read an article that there is some Greek behind the whole.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah. So, look, we did invent it.
We'll talk about religion another time, not today.
Yeah. So, with that being said, let's close out. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I want to thank you very much for having me on.
Of course, you're my Robin. You're going to be on quite a bit. I know you're nervous, but you're going to be on here. So get used to it.
I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy going out to the restaurants, meeting the chefs, meeting the owners.
Their stories are unbelievable.
Their stories,
they really are.
They need to be highlighted and showcased as well. They work hard.
And we will.
I think we do a good job of that. My followers prove that. I'm happy to see that. I want to thank you very much for all your support. I'm in 250,000 followers. I'm in shock. Thank you so much. There's a lot of activity. I'm very happy with that.
And I do want to remind our viewers and our listeners that this is a food and fashion podcast. So I will have many designers on this show. I will have beauty experts. And, I have a lot of experience in that era, that whole area of the industry. I did work at a few places that, we'll discuss it. I will have beauty experts here, and we're going to talk about fashion. We're going to talk about how they intertwine with food. So thank you, everyone, for listening to us today. This was our absolute first podcast.
Our inaugural podcast, that's right.
So yeah, this was our first one. So if we are a little, we apologize in advance, but we're going to get better at this. I promise you. We're going to be doing a lot of this. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging in there with us. And I'd like to thank the crew for coming out today and doing this with us. It's sharing this experience with us. Thank you very much. Thank you, John.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.